Hi everybody, welcome to my new channel, My Stars Hollow DIY. So the way that this whole kind of idea came about was I have been a huge fan of Gilmore Girls since I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and I would watch it with my mom, I think on Tuesday nights maybe, and it was just something that we watched while it was live on the CW. And then, the show ended. And for many years, I never got to see it again until I think I was a mom and I had to be up at night with my baby, and I would order, I think it was Redbox, or maybe it was a different version of Netflix where they would mail you DVDs. And so I was able to rewatch it when he was a baby. And then a few years ago, I think it came on Netflix and I could live stream it on my phone while I'm doing laundry or, doing dishes. And for me, a few different TV shows kind of become like Friends. Friends, the show, is one of the shows that I used to watch a lot, like over and over and over again. It was like comfort, I think, when you're a stay-at-home mom, to be alone in the house. Either it's crying or maybe it's silence, when the babies are blissfully napping or at school. And so I would play these shows and these characters kept me company. And The Office was another show that I just could watch over and over and over again. But Netflix took Friends away, and then they took The Office away. And thankfully, Gilmore Girls is still on air or on Netflix. Well, this past fall season, I feel like fall is usually when I want to restart, Gilmore Girls if I haven't been into it for a little while. And sadly, my Nana passed away, and my mom gave me a little kind of inheritance from her, and I didn't know what I was going to do with that. I used a little of it to buy a new colony of bees because I'm a beekeeper, but the money was just sitting there, and I didn't want to slowly whittle it away, and it wasn't that much money, but maybe $500, and I knew I could just blow this at Ross or Walmart, and I wanted something that I could really look at and remember my Nana by. My mom's mom was my Nana, and she would live with my mom for a few months out of the year. And even when I was a teen, I would watch Gilmore Girls with her sometimes, either when I was, visiting her, or she was at my house babysitting me and my brother when my mom was on a business trip. And so my Nana had that same love of I feel like it's a little embarrassing to admit, or shallow, but TV shows, we get connected to these characters. And she was a big reader of books, and I love to read too, so I think it's just that kind of bond. So anyway, my Nana is a collector. She collected porcelain dolls, and I am not really into porcelain dolls. My daughter thinks they're creepy, so that wasn't something that I shared with her, but we are both collectors. And so when I don't know how it first came about, when I first thought, I wish that I had a Stars Hollow Christmas Village. I already have a couple Christmas Village pieces. One of my neighbors started me off with a collection and gave me a few pieces. I ended up buying some from Michael's, the Limax collection at Christmas time. Got a few pieces there. But unfortunately, Limax, Department 56, none of these Christmas Village companies has made Stars Hollow pieces, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure that there's Harry Potter, Hogwarts castles and Hagrid's hut and all that. There's probably even Star Wars, Christmas spaceships or whatever, but no Stars Hollow. So I was like, okay, maybe somebody on eBay or Etsy has already, made it, either with a resin or clay. I don't know. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I'm searching for it. Gilmore Girls Christmas Village, it's nowhere to be found. The closest I could find was on TikTok. some girl on there found maybe 3 or 4 pieces that were similar to Stars Hollow Village stores or kind of landmarks. So she found a gazebo, she found a church, she found, I think, a corner toy store, and she said, look, these look just like Stars Hollow buildings. And they were still in the box. She did not paint them. She did not create little, signs for them. She probably just put them out in their original state and just wanted to imagine that they're Stars Hollow. But I was like, I can't do that. I need the real thing. And so I began searching. Some nights I get insomnia and I can't sleep. So I would spend, I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but hours scrolling through eBay or Mercari or Amazon, or even going onto the Limax Department 56 websites and looking at different characters, looking at different buildings, comparing the actual photos on Google of, Luke's Diner or Taylor Dosey's Marketplace or, the church. And I'm looking at, okay, the church has a bell on the top. We remember that scene where they want to remove the bell and there's like a oval shape and then a, art shape or whatever, triangle, square, rectangle. I'm like scrolling through eBay trying to find the right shape of this steeple so that it's not just a long pointy, cone shape. And so that's what I did for night after night after night. And during this time, my mom just left for like a 10 or 12-day European cruise. And I really wanted to tell her about this idea that I had, but she was, on vacation and I couldn't even tell her. I just kind of had to jump the gun and choose to start purchasing these houses in my Nana's memory and a way that I thought would give me a creative outlet. And boy, this has been so fun. I guess for a month and a half now, I have been working so hard on creating not just the buildings, but the characters. I would almost say we love the characters more than the charm of the town. The characters are what give Gilmore Girls the charm, right? So, I mean, what would the town be without Lorelai and Rory, and without, Suki and Michelle and Jackson and, Babette. So anyway, I wanted the characters and the buildings. And so I've been working very hard at not just finding the most similar looking structures, but also repainting them painstakingly, shrinking the sizes of their signs and logos, ordering extra little props, building my own props, as well as the characters. I couldn't just do every single scene that I love from every single year. I had to kind of be picky and say, okay, I love the years when Rory was at Chilton, probably more than even at Yale, but the piece that I found that I wanted to use to include her in this town had what I believe is Logan with her, I've got her mom with her, and I've got Luke with her. So I have all 4 characters sitting on a bench, enjoying coffee or tea for Luke together. And so that right there was that memory. Now that's something that I imagined on my own that I wanted to put in the town. Sometimes I tried to like literally recreate a scene from the show that was, I guess, just funny to me or very special to me. So I did that as well. Now, as I was explaining it to my mom when she finally got in town, I'm like, here's Dean working at Dosey's, and that's season 1 or 2. And then I have Logan from season 6 and 7. And she's like, man, this just jumps all over the whole entire time period of the show. And I'm like, that's right. I picked kind of my favorite moments throughout the series and combined all of it into this town. Now, this town is maybe 85% done. I am not going to show you the whole town right now, but this is just an introduction video to my new channel. I will be doing episodes where every episode I will show you step by step how I created this building or why I chose this Limax figure or this Department 56 house and how I transformed it into a Gilmore Girls character or store. it's a DIY channel that's going to show you how you can custom create every single one of these pieces from the show and create your own Stars Hollow village. Now, a one sneak peek, this was probably the one thing that I had to kind of think outside the box, the hardest to create. It was the one that I was probably the most scared to create, because you can't have the Stars Hollow town without the Stars Hollow sign. So this was probably my favorite piece that I made, and right in front of it is one of my favorite iconic pieces, the stroke face snow woman, the ugly snow woman that Rory and her mom built season 2 episode 10. So those are kind of just a little sneak preview of 2 of the pieces that I made, and there are going to be episodes that show you exactly how I made those pieces. You'll want to make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any of the pieces of this village and figures that I have not yet even transformed yet, so that once they do load to YouTube, you'll get that notification bell that I have a new video up. If you love Gilmore Girls, then make sure that you share this channel with any other friends or family that love it as well. And if you decide to try to recreate a DIY version of Stars Hollow yourself, let me know in the comments if you copy any of these tutorials, and let me know how they come out. I'm so excited to show you guys what I've been up to. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you will enjoy this process. All right, bye.